Hey guys, Coach Sean here. And today's lesson might sting just a little. And that's because I want to talk about automatic foolish behaviors that you're probably unaware of that are keeping you from being successful. You see, before you can scale your business, before you can make more sales and live the good life, you've got to replace the old behaviors, the old foolish behaviors that are keeping you where you are. And you have to replace it with the type of behaviors that have been proven to help you achieve your goals. Now, great news. There's an endless supply of resources and evidence from successful people that have given us the clues, the actual directions as to what it takes to make it. The bad news is that breaking your own limiting behaviors might be the hardest thing you can do in your life. And if you don't believe me, think about yourself or people close to you that you know that make the same mistakes or waste their lives in the same addictions and vices year after year. I mean, it can be totally heartbreaking to see a person's life be completely wasted and their potential never realized. But I think what's even harder to swallow is that our failures are due to our own behaviors, our own foolish behaviors. It's not our upbringing, it's not the environment, and it's certainly not the political landscape. Now, in just a minute, I'm going to identify the most common and damaging behaviors that I find in my own clients. And although most of them would love to skip ahead right to the fun stuff, I know from personal experience that the fastest way to get the results we want is to do the hard and painful work of changing behaviors from the inside first. Now, you may have more or less of these behaviors, but I'm going to identify the top 3 that affect the majority of people, the majority of my clients. And of course, if you're trying to overcome something different, please share with the community by posting a comment. You never know when your story will have an impact on someone. So let's get into it. Damaging behavior number 1 is being foolish with your money. Now, I don't mean that you like to spend on lavish things. In fact, most money fools stay broke because of the small, seemingly insignificant holes in their pockets. Now, more than ever today, it's easy to mindlessly spend on eating out or Starbucks or Target runs for a couple of things that turns into $100. And even for your business, it's easy to sign up for services that you don't really use, that you don't really need. And all of these foolish spending habits end up leaving you broke because you forget to add up all of the little purchases. But that's not the big reason. The reason why you need to stop being a money fool is that in order to be successful, you're going to have to invest in things that you've never done before. Maybe it'll be new equipment or a new certification or membership into an association, or maybe it's hiring a coach. Successful people save money in order to be able to funnel it into cash-producing investment opportunities. Whereas money fools spend and spend and spend without even thinking about it. And money fools always complain about not having enough and therefore will never, ever do what it takes to make it. When you're foolish with your money, you're likely to be foolish with all things in your business as well. Because smart money management, that takes incredible discipline. Running a great business takes incredible discipline. If you've been foolish in this area, become an expert in your own finances and start saving so that you can invest in the things that will give you incredible returns on your investments. But be warned, without a proven system, breaking the behavior of money foolishness can be almost impossible. It all comes down to how dedicated you are to your goals and how dedicated you are to providing for your family. Damaging behavior number 2 is being foolish with your time. And if you constantly complain that you don't have time, I have bad news for you. You're probably a time fool. And being foolish with time comes in 2 forms. Either you're lazy and not doing enough, or you're doing too much. And 99.9% of the people I speak to, they're time fools because they think that being busy is the same as being productive. Never mistake action with results. Now, I know that at certain stages of your business, you're going to have to wear more hats than you want. But if you're more than 2 years into your business and you're still handling tasks and jobs that you could easily hire someone else to do for $10 an hour, you're not going to break through. Honestly, how can you ever expect to get paid a CEO wage when you're still doing a secretary's job? If you have a hard time finding good help, or even letting go of some of the control, start small. Make a list of which items that you want to start delegating and either hire a physical person or a virtual assistant. Now, the important thing is that you replace that time with big mover tasks that will advance your business forward. The other part of time foolishness is being reactive to your day. I find this behavior to be the cause of stress and anxiety, unhappiness, long hours, all kinds of maladies. Every single one of your work days needs to be planned out. And ideally, you plan out and schedule your big movers. Those are the high value, important activities that meet your goals. They need to go on your calendar the night before. When you go into your days with greater intention, you'll begin to actually see your actions taking you closer to your goals. And this in turn will motivate you to explore the other areas where you've been foolish with your time. Damaging behavior number 3 is being a fool or foolish with your knowledge. To be successful, there are things right now that you're going to need to learn about and maybe even become an expert in that you've never even heard of. And it's your job to figure out what those things are. Now, an example of what I'm talking about is growing your knowledge in a newer form of marketing that you've never used before. Digital marketing, wow, crazy, lots of activity. Or learning to leverage technology to better your processes and lead generation. Technology is going faster every day. Now, they say millennials don't usually have as much of a problem with technology as me, or us older guys, but that's not entirely true. A lot of them don't know how to run a spreadsheet. Successful people are always on the cutting edge because they have a keen pulse on their industry and new concepts that are emerging. If you don't constantly invest in your learning and your growing, you'll quickly end up in the slow lane watching your smart competitors pass you by. Now you can begin to see how foolishness with your money and time doesn't allow you to grow in the knowledge that you need to achieve your goals. And that's the scary part. That being foolish in just one area will eventually begin to negatively affect several other areas. And this is why it's crucial to your success that you constantly evaluate yourself. And one of the best ways you can do that is through a trusted mentor or an advisor. If you're ready to work smarter and not harder, reach out for a complimentary conversation. Just click on the link either above or below this video. And most people have no idea of what they are capable. When you make the right moves in chess, you win the game. When you make the right moves in business, winning gets a whole lot easier. Cheers to your success.